My wife and family and I moved up here about 5 years ago. And we moved here for the school system into Wanakee, looked for a house to get them out of the city of Chicago. And this developed into something we wanted to do, this being the Lone Girl Brewing Company. Started as a small concept for a brew pub, got a little bit bigger, It's been a labor of love to this point. We had a very good capital raise. The project, as I mentioned before, got bigger and bigger as we went throughout it. Reconvened with State Bank, along with a lot of other banks, a couple other local banks and a couple of national banks. And we got to a point where people were pursuing us and this project more than we were pursuing them. I like face-to-face interaction. I like going in and making a deposit with the teller, talking to that person, asking how they're doing. That's something that I can't get from a national bank. There was also a support factor. We're going to have somebody literally right up the street that if and when we need some help, if and when we need anything. Again, you run sometimes to the worst case scenario on these projects, and knowing we're going to have a partner that was going to be with us through the good times and perhaps some of the bad times was very important for us. And State Bank was very reassuring in that matter. A business like this starting off the ground, cash flow is obviously very important, so being tight on that. We've been able to access a line of credit and use that. Some of our purchases are bigger than what credit cards are normally used to allowing. And when you're buying grain, you get 10,000 pounds at a time. That's again, the flexibility, and that's where I talked about our ability to go down the street, meet with George Ohlendorf and say, George, this is what we need to do. How can you help us do this? And then get a response and action on that. That's been important. So I said a line of credit. We do have credit cards that run through there. We have our payroll account that runs through there that's separate from our regular account. So all of those things kind of working in conjunction have been very helpful. I would send people to State Bank on a recommendation for several reasons. I find them to be very honest and approachable. I have my ability to put a plan in front of them. Somebody else would have their ability to put that plan in front of them. Get an honest opinion on whether they believe in that project or not. If they do believe in that project, you're going to get very honest answers about what they can do for you to help make that project happen. I'm just speaking from my personal experience with them. Opening something on this size is fairly monumental. It's four times the size of anything that I'm used to doing. It's 4 times the employees. It's 4 times the square footage. Thank you to State Bank for all the help.